aside, viewers, we shift our focus to a question emerging from Nashik in Maharashtra. What does it take for justice to not depend on which narrative fits best? What is emerging from a corporate office is not just disturbing, it is deeply uncomfortable. 9 FIRs have been filed, 7 arrests and at least 10 victims. All women working in a top firm have alleged sexual exploitation, blackmail and threats. They have complained of harassment inside the office spaces. They have spoken about repeated coercion and even the pressure to convert to Islam. These women say they raised an alarm but were ignored for years. It took an undercover police operation to expose what was happening. Now, Tata Consultancy Services has responded, calling the allegations gravely concerning. They have promised zero tolerance and have also initiated a top-level probe. But the ecosystem is still in denial. Instead of speaking for women's rights, the habitual apologists are busy looking for ways to give benefit of doubt to the accused. And instead of outrage, all one sees is a desperate attempt to call this yet another instance of Islamophobia, nothing less.
The News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate with Ishkaran Bhandari is Dr. Shalini Ali, National Convener of the Muslim Rashtriya Manch. Also joining the debate, Professor Atikur Rahman, political analyst, Saeed Asad Abbas, political analyst. But my first question goes to Tariq Khan Saab. He is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. And I want to ask you, Tariq Khan Bhai, this is just a love case. What happens to the complaints filed by 10 women and more who are coming out? What about those FIRs? What about the fact that each of these women, forget Islamophobia, number one, please explain to me, why is cover fire being given to exploitation of women, considering that you're such a supporter of women and their rights?
Who defended this type of thing? Rightly said by Abu Asim Bhai, he just said that Islam doesn't allow any type of forceful conversion. Who are in power? In Maharashtra? We all know BJP are in power. They should.
What does this have to do with who is in power? This is happening inside an office, and it is not being associated with Islam. It is probably an incident that is being investigated. आप पूरे के पूरे इस्लाम को cover fire देने के लिए क्यों ये बातें बना रहे हैं? Who is in power?
There is no cover fire. Who will take action against the culprit? Who will take action? Action will be taken from Mars. The state government will have to do anything, or anybody of the state or the center who will take. They are in power, and you already have anti-conversion law, many laws. And why we don't talk about those people? मैं बता रहा हूँ, बैंगलोर के बीजेपी के विधायक हैं, बाकायदा स्कीम चला रहे हैं. बीजेपी के विधायक कहां से हैं? बीजापुर से. What he is saying, 5 lakh to the people जो लड़के मुसलमान लड़कियों के शादी करेंगे. You will not talk about those people. कितनी स्कीम्स चला रहे हैं? हिंदू महासभा, हिंदू धर्म सेना स्कीम चला रही है, 11,000 rupees. Hindu boy go marry Muslim girl, 11,000 rupees. We will not discuss all those.
Ishkaran Bhandari,
same thing. Why we don't discuss this?
What is this argument coming from Tariq Khan Bhai? To me, it is an attempt to somehow minimize the complaints of the women in this case, just colored by the religion that has been brought into this debate.
Navika ji, there are 2 categories of attempt being made here, and let me come to them one by one. Firstly, anytime anybody talks about love jihad, conversion jihad, how vulnerable women are targeted, it becomes something which is made by a movie or which does not happen in real life. Here we see in a top corporate, women coming forward, making complaint of how vulnerable women are identified, taken at their weakest, and through various means tried to be forced into conversion. That is a complaint by multiple people. The second is the entire ecosystem. I don't want to put politicians on this panel or those who aspire for politics. What about all those people who said Me Too and speak for women's rights? Why has the entire ecosystem gone silent on so many complaints just because the complaints are made against the same ecosystem or what they defend? That is the real danger, where certain victims are respected. But if a Hindu is a victim, where they come out and multiple of them come out that this is happening to us, conversion is being doing to us, is doing to us. And in these sort of offices, imagine what happens in areas which are more vulnerable. That is what all the documentation comes aside, which is brushed under the carpet. And last thing, it is so easy for a corporate and a big corporate to now casually say we have zero tolerance policy. How the heck was it happening in a premier corporate? That also needs to be investigated, and accountable heads need to be fired and action taken as per law.
Many questions, few answers. Atikur Rahman. Is this about Islamophobia? Is this about people like Dalwai Saab who are saying, "Are love marriages hoti hai, women on both sides do it"? We are not talking about love marriages. If they've happened, if there are inter-religion, well, it is up to those individuals. The question here is that the women have come out and complained. Why are we brushing that fact under the carpet, may I ask?
Navika ji, two people you have mentioned, Abu Asim Azmi and both are politicians. Both are politicians. We have been working with various institutions in Mumbai, the Anjuman Islam, Anjuman Khairul Islam, Islam Gymkhana, Mahim Dargah and Haji Ali Dargah, where in interfaith meetings we are condemning such acts. We are telling all the Muslims, do not compel anybody to convert. Now, who are the people involved in this? Perhaps I feel the Rashtriya Muslim March and RSS offshoot are doing this to malign the Muslims and Islam. As far as we Muslims are concerned, we do not endorse. I repeat, we do not endorse. We condemn any luring and forceful conversions from any other religion to Islam. Period.
Well, so then you condemn what has happened, and you condemn the cover fire that was being given by these two so-called politicians who you've put in a separate basket?
Absolutely, absolutely. Politicians are gaining ground, and that is very, very disturbing, because they do not seek votes in the name of development. They do the same BJP, this thing, getting politics and religion, combined and seeking votes in the name of religion. This is too bad on the part of Muslims, at least.
Dr. Ali, huge issue that has come to the fore. Are we seeing a situation where in the ecosystem people are just saying, it's an isolated event, it's nothing to do with Islam, this is nothing to do with a religion, this is actually Islamophobia that is speaking? How do you look at this entire issue?
Navika, firstly, there are two things that need to be addressed. Number one, that the women were being sexually exploited or being harassed. What happened about the Fox? We have a situation in which we have already in 2013 a ruling has been passed where every corporate structured place where there are more than 10 employees, you are supposed to have a cell where the employees can go and complain explicitly, and in that cell you have to have 50% representation by the women. Number one, the failure that is there. Number two, as Atikur Rahman Saab has just pointed out, I think the page must have reached to you. On 29th March, the Muslim Rashtriya Manch launched a very big Sankalp Patra, over thousands, as a matter of fact, lakhs of Muslims, whereas we condemn anything, any situation where we are talking about conversion of religion. As a matter of fact, it's not only religion, it's even casteism, gender biasness and everything. Because religion is a very personal effect of a human being which is required by the society, but in the society you have to learn to coexist. You cannot just have someone forcefully convert you to another religion. They may be, I will say that the youth may be of a different mindset, they have been taught different things, but it is time. Every time I say the same thing, we have to look into the youth of our country, of our own community, and we have to take stand wherein the awareness, education has to be brought about, that by just converting or conversion, whether it is Hindu into Muslim or Muslim into Hindu or Sikhism or Buddhism, is not going to solve. We have to learn to coexist, because that's what our country has been all about.
That's a philosophical statement. Of course we must learn to coexist. But here, you know, people who are complaining, women who are complaining are literally being made out to be कि अरे ये तो अपनी मर्जी से गई होंगी, आजकल तो लव हो जाता है.
So why did they take so long to go and complain? I mean, when I was reading about it myself,
I'm sorry, not every. No, there are societal pressures. I don't see anything wrong. Women can come out when they want to come out, when they feel confident to come out, and sometimes they are conned into a sense of an emotional tie-up. Ishkaran Bhandari, where do you stand on that? Delay in the women coming out shows something shady?
The law is well settled on that if they were under a person in an organization, there was pressure, delay is not at all a factor which will be gone into. That law is very well settled, and not now, in various cases. That's why I said, all those people who in Me Too movement said believe all women, just because the people accused this time are those that they don't want to identify, are suddenly doubting the victim. This is nothing but blaming the victim. In English, that is nothing here. Victim ko blame karo. This is what Mulayam Singh Yadav law. Don't interrupt, Navika ji, don't interrupt. The second, let's just finish. The only parallel, because we heard on the debate, RSS ne kiya hoga. The only parallel is 26/11, RSS ki sajish. That was a terror attack. This, nothing but a conversion attack. Again, you try to blame the RSS. Did RSS choose these people to go and attack vulnerable women? These vulnerable women, multiple of them, educated. Are they under some organization that they have gone and made the complaint? Complete victim blaming, the same way 26/11 was tried to be framed as an RSS ki sajish.
Well, Syed Abbas, first complaint dates back to 2022. Again, as Ishkaran Bhandari says, in this case, men at a more powerful position, women being served lies, took time to find, the force to come out and explain. But what is transpiring clearly shows that there is a soft underbelly that needs to be recognized, not just for the religious purpose, but also for women's rights. Why are people in denial over the fact that women have had their rights being trampled upon, and why are they just labeling this as cases of Islamophobia?
Firstly, those who know Islam or who have read the Quran, they will know Lakum dinukum waliya deen, which means Hamara deen hamare saath, aapka deen aapke saath. Any form of forceful conversion to Islam will be considered null and void, and it is haram. It is forbidden. So therefore, through India's largest network of Times Now, I'd like to share the same with the viewers. Also, as a matter of fact, Navika ji, let us understand there needs to be a strict investigation on this front. From what I learned, that the Intelligence Bureau, the ATS squad, all of them have reached. Investigation is underway. I believe that if they are found to be guilty, harshest of punishment for them. But my bone of contention comes in when a BJP MLA comes in and says their houses should be bulldozed. Firstly, they are accused. And who are you, a BJP MLA, to say houses should be bulldozed?
Well, you have not said about bulldozing the houses of Hussein Dalwai and Abu Azmi, who have said the opposite. पर वो बुलडोज ना हो, ये बुलडोज कैसे बोल दिया, ये प्रॉब्लम है आपको, ये प्रॉब्लम. And on the philosophy, yes, forceful conversion should not happen. Islam में ये it is not allowed and all, but they are happening, my friend. That is the reality check. And when cases like these are found, brought up, and they shake the conscience of a country, should it be just brushed under the carpet, or should we look at this as an eye-opener of such cases probably that have gone unnoticed? That's the question we as the people of India need to search our souls about. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night, be safe. I'll be back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, with the News Hour at 9.